Welcome to Speed Build Sunday. Today we are doing a random build challenge by Simsation, and I'm going to link it down below if you would like to try it. Quite a few other simmers have tried this, so it's nothing super new. So I just used this generator a few times until I found something that was inspiring. They were all kind of inspiring, but I wanted to do something a bit different than what I usually do. I also wasn't sure that there were actually yellow logs for a yellow log cabin. Maybe I'll look into that later. And I might try this again if you like it. I landed on this spooky shack because it sounded really weird and it inspired me, and I decided to do it in Brindleton Bay. Here we are getting all our cheats in. So the problem with this one is that a shack always strikes me as really tiny, right? But for this one, the rules were that it had to fit 6 Sims. So our definition of a shack changed a little bit. It still wound up looking like a shack, which I had a lot of trouble. As you can see, I've already deleted the entire thing. I also thought shack is probably like square. Thinking back on it, I feel like I could have been a little bit more creative, like maybe made multiple levels, made it kind of treehousey. So I would like to try something like this again, but for my first build, I just went very straightforward, one level. The idea is it's put together with sheet metal and stuff like that. We did have a pretty high budget for it though. It's 95,000 simoleons. So that was a fair amount to use up in the build process, and as you will see when I near the end, I actually was looking for items that I could use up the rest of that budget with. With this build generator, I'm not actually sure if you're supposed to like hit the limit of the budget or if that's the maximum that you spend, because I definitely could have spent less on this. But that's okay. I think it turned out pretty cool in the end. I had a lot of trouble with this roofing, deciding what to do, but I wound up embellishing it, which made it look pretty cool. I put a bunch of eco stuff on here. This black spooky shack is for a group of Sims who are more on the paranoid side. They're out in the middle of the woods. I never experimented with this lot before, actually, and I like it quite a bit. I like how there's this sort of woodsy path leading up to a hill, and they're more in the middle of nowhere. They're more outside of society. Excuse my loss of words. It's actually 6:30 in the morning and I'm just getting my energy drink in. I got up at 5:30. I couldn't sleep anymore, so I thought, let's get up and just work on this and prep our videos and be super productive today, because this week has been a tough one. So it'd be nice if the weekend could be a bit better. For the windows here, I made most of them closed. I didn't even know this was an item, but there are shuttered windows, and I thought that was perfect for this household. They're gonna have their windows shut, boarded up, closed from the world most of the time, except for these ones that are high up on the wall where people can't really peek in, but they do have their living room windows open right now with curtains to close them up whenever they like, and those curtains would be blackout curtains. They do have quite a bit of security with the barbed wire fence around the property, as you can see, though I guess someone could sneak in if they wanted to crawl under the house, but I don't know why anyone would want to do that. I certainly would not. We've got metal floors in here, metal walls. Everything is put together by hand. That's the idea, that these my idea was 3 couples, and I'm thinking they could all maybe work in the science field or be pursuing the Strangerville mystery or something, although they're not in Strangerville, but use your imagination. Maybe they heard about it and they're working from afar. Lots of people in Strangerville have their computers and their listening systems, so they could definitely be in contact with someone in Brindleton Bay up in the hills who's sending them information and giving them help. We've got a weird little kitchen here that it's functional, but it's weird. It seems kind of like an afterthought, and I had trouble making it look good. The countertops weren't right. It would be really cool to have some sort of counters that aren't so perfect. Maybe they're put together out of found wood, something like that, with metal tops. I guess I'd need some CC for that. I haven't found any. If you know of any, please feel free to suggest it. I made their yard kind of messy and was using science slides and space pictures throughout for their art because I thought that was appropriate. I haven't played in this house yet, but I would really like to because I started getting really inspired about the people who would live here when I was building it. Like I was saying a minute ago, you have your sort of paranoid computer people, your eco-friendly people. I did make this very off the grid. There's a weather control machine, which is one of the stipulations of this challenge. And there's gardening, stuff for gardening, stuff for bees, and the bug farm. I haven't actually used that before. Here's our little office. Another thing that we had to have was a office. So this is the office. It's candlelit. It's got a listening machine because you got to listen in on everyone in town, see what they're up to, which probably isn't all that much. I wanted to add some interest to the living room, which is why I put that half wall in. So we've got a lounge area with their TV, and I don't think I put the gaming system in yet, but I do add it later, and a little eating area. These people, I get the feeling they're mostly outdoors or they're working at a computer, so they don't have a lot of time to like sit down in a formal dining room. They definitely would not hold dinner parties. They would have coworkers over. Their social group is made up of the people in this house. They all have the same sort of goals in life, whether they come at them differently or not. So one person might be oriented to look after all of the food. It's a little community. A very small community, and we've got our whole garden out here, barbecue area. Yeah, watching this back to record this voiceover, I definitely am inspired to give this a shot, playing it at some point, and it is on the gallery. You can look me up. My name on there is igoblin, IGOBLIN. As you can tell, this uses a lot of packs though, and you will want to put on the move objects on cheat when you place it. I think it's not super complex, but I did use that a little bit through the build. While you're here, I do hope that you will like this video and subscribe to the channel. I put out videos every second day, and I tend to focus on Let's Plays during the week, and I do a build every weekend. So I will be doing another build if you like these next weekend. It will be Saturday though, so we alternate Saturday, Sunday. And right now I have a Let's Play called Days of Our Sims. It's not actually a soap opera, but I thought it would be a good name for a legacy challenge involving a lot of Sims. And I've got the 100 Baby Challenge going, which is absolutely terrifying. So at this point, this is where I was getting to need to find more items to try and reach my budget limit, because I was only at around like 80,000. So I buffed up all of the eco lifestyle stuff, added some grass. Then I had a cool idea. Well, it's not my idea, it's not original. I've seen it done before, but it's actually the first time I've done this in a build, which was very exciting. I found a toy truck and sized it up. After adding a bunch more stuff in here. Sorry if my commentary is a bit off. Like I said, I am tired, so I think I'm gonna need to cut a couple things out of here where I just trail off and start going back to sleep. But I did size up a truck and parked it outside because that makes sense. They would have like an old beater truck hanging out. And then I started getting an idea that maybe this entire property was like a renovated gas station, so I like that concept, which would make sense. It's sort of boxy, basic design. If you do wind up downloading this and playing with some Sims, I would love to hear your stories about what you did with your characters, so please let me know. That would be really cool. You can tell me on the gallery, or you can tell me in the comments of this video or on my social media. If you'd like to follow me between videos, all of that is linked in the description below. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Oh, also hit the bell button, because if you do not know, you don't actually get notified by YouTube unless you hit that bell button. So hit the bell button and you'll get notified every time I post a new video. We're wrapping it up here. I hit around 94, 95. I think I wound up going over with the artwork, and then I deleted some stuff to go under. And winding up our build here, I hope that you are having a day that is as wonderful as you are, and I'll see you again on Tuesday. Bye!